నమస్తే. తెలుగువారి మనస్సాక్షి, సాక్షికి స్వాగతం. And welcome to our show, The Vastu and Grahasastra by Dr. Deepika Sangi Gupta. Hello, Deepika Garu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Preeti ji?
I'm good, Deepika ji. So, Deepika ji, from last 3 episodes, we are talking about what have been doing health, related to the three doshas. One is like Vata, Pitta, and Kapha doshas, Deepika ji. So, before proceeding or continuing our show, can we again know what is the importance of three doshas and how it is related to Vastu, Deepika ji?
See, we talk about the three doshas in the Ayurveda, and Ayurveda, Vastu, and astrology. They all are interconnected in Vastu also and in astrology also. In both these, Vedic sciences, we take medicines and medical astrology through Ayurveda. So Ayurveda plays a very important role, and Ayurveda is also Asian study of medicines only, of the body only. And in Ayurveda, we talk about the three doshas, that is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So the Vata is like all airy diseases, then Pitta is all due to the heat, and the Kapha is basically on the phlegm. So the cold cough thing. So, these three diseases are the main, doshas are the main in the Ayurveda. And through these three doshas only, all the diseases are, categorized. So in Vastu also and in astrology also, because we work on the five elemental theory, which we have talked, many times in our previous shows. So we just see the three doshas and all the diseases based on these three doshas only.
So all these three doshas are related to the five elements. So can we know how much importance is that the relationship between these three doshas and also the five elements, Deepika ji?
Yeah, see, all the three doshas are again based on these five elements. Like today we will be talking about kapha. So kapha is like earth and the water element. So if the earth and the water element in the body gets disturbed, then one gets the diseases related to the kapha dosha. And similarly, the pith is like fire element. So if the fire element in the body gets disturbed, then the diseases related to the pitta dosha happens in the body. And then when the vata, pitta, kapha, they get disturbed, then you have like emotional problems also and the physical problems also. So through the vastu, we see all these things that where like all the three categories are there: vata, pitta, kapha in the vastu also, in the zones also. And then we check according to the problem that the symptoms usually match in the house. So this way, we help in the diseases.
Okay, Deepika ji. So normally the Vastu also everything it was like little bit scientifically proven and it is related to little bit astrology too, Deepika ji. So is there any connection between the three doshas and also the astrology, Deepika ji?
Definitely. Again, see, the astrology also works on the five elemental theory. All the planets have their elements, and then the three dosha happens in astrology too. So in astrology also, we see which planet is getting weak or debilitated, and if that planet is getting weak and debilitated, then what kind of physical and emotional problems it is creating on the human body, and then we give the remedy accordingly.
So we discussed about what is Vata and what is Pitta doshas and how it will affects the human body. Mainly, lot of diseases will occur that, and we discussed about how to cure those diseases to Deepika ji. So can we know about what is this like a Kapha dosha and how it is affected to us?
See, the kapha dosha is basically a disbalancing of earth element and water element in the body. And when the kapha dosha is disbalanced, then there are problems like cold, cough, sinus, hearing loss, obesity, or too much of weight reduction, and then lethargy, and then indigestion happens because the water element gets disturbed, so that disturbs the digestive fire of the body. Then a lot of weakness in the body or excessive sleep. So these are the diseases you get when the kapha is imbalanced, because all these diseases are related to earth element and water element.
So Deepika ji, which major organs come under Kapha dosha, Deepika ji?
So the major organs are bladder, then kidney, then pericardium, and the circulation in the body. So these are the things which are basically categorized according to the Vastu point of view in this Kapha dosha thing.
Okay. So before entering into the major diseases, so bedwetting, it is a very normal disease, but still it's the major thing which is happening for children in all the homes mostly. So is it common among children, and can this be checked by Vastu Deepika ji?
Yeah, see, the bedwetting is common among the children, and then sometimes, in the old age also, the people have this problem, the bedwetting problem. So, first of all, definitely one should go and see the doctor. What they are saying, their advice is very, very important. The second thing is that, through Ayurveda, through Vastu, you can add the positivity. So, the disease can, see, when we do the Ayurvedic remedies, then definitely the body feels good because Ayurveda is very safe to use. The second thing is that when we do the Vastu remedies, then I won't say that the disease will get cured. It can, but nothing is guaranteed. Yes, it can be cured, but definitely when you do the Vastu remedies, then either you get a right medicine, you get the right doctor, you can add the positivity in your situation. So sometimes even you don't get those senses, so that senses can be activated. So there can be many ways to add the positivity to the current problem or situation, right? So regarding the bedwetting, I would say check the north of the house and the northern side of northeast of the house. These two directions, if afflicted, if they have some storage over there, toilet over there, then this bedwetting problem can be there in the family.
So bedwetting will come under bladder issue, Deepika ji. So can we consider this as a like a kapha dosha? So if it is a kapha dosha, is there any other symptoms so that we can identify? Okay, these symptoms are related to kapha dosha, Deepika ji.
Yeah, see, as bedwetting comes under kapha dosha, so again, as I said, you can take a doctor's help, or again, you can go to some Ayurvedic doctor. You can take Ayurvedic help also. And in Ayurveda, usually, the remedies are regarding the eating, basically correcting the eating habits. See, today we all don't eat that good, right? And that appropriate, that healthy things. We are more on the junk food. We take sodas, and then we eat untimely, and we eat unseasonal also. So Ayurveda basically depends on all these things, that eat timely, eat good, eat healthy, and then eat according to the body. So as the papaya is a very good fruit, right? Everybody will say that eating papaya is good for the body, but for the kapha dosha, the papaya should be avoided. So, the Ayurveda actually suggests that way. And in Vastu, we see the directions that, if the bedwetting is there, then usually we prescribe the person to clean their northern side of northeast and the north of the house. So, if there is any dustbin, garbage, toilet over there, so toilet cannot be removed, definitely, but then we give the remedies regarding that. So, these things have to be checked for the problems of the bedwetting.
Okay. So Deepika ji, like, can we identify the diseases by Vastu, Deepika ji? If it is so, can we identify the kidney stones by Vastu, Deepika ji?
Yeah, see, kidney is again a very major organ of the body. So, see, if kidney, heart, and lungs, these three are like very, very major, brain, obviously. So, these are some of the very, very major organs of body. So, for kidney, again, the northern side is very important. The north of the house is very, very important. That is why, there has been a lot of myths also. And then you might have heard that the north should be clean, the north entrance of the house. So, because of all these, also these myths started. So, again, the north side and the northern side of the northeast is very, again, important for the kidney thing. So, these two directions should be taken care. If there is again any toilet, kitchen over there, because north is again the water element. So if a kitchen over there, then it can cause a storage over there, a kitchen over there can cause this kidney stones. And then sometimes, storing a lot of food items in the north of the house also causes the kidney stones problem.
Okay. So apart from the bedwetting, in US or in India, the cold and throat pain is the most common diseases, Deepika ji. So can we consider both the cold and cough under the kapha dosha, or is it related to the other doshas, Deepika ji?
No, the cold and cough is basically related to the kapha dosha only, and because of cold and cough, there can be so many other problems like sinus, allergies, then headache, and you feel heaviness in the chest. So all these are related to that kapha dosha only. And basically, in the like when you have this kapha dosha, so there is disbalancing of water and the earth element, disbalancing of a phalgam inside the body.
So like how can, I mean, for cold feet or cold scalp, which vastu zone has to be checked, Deepika ji?
For again cold feet, then check the east of the house. If the east of the house is disturbed, if the east has a lot of, especially a bar in the east of the house can create problems of, a circulation in the body, like cold. And when there is problem in the circulation, then you have cold feet, cold scalp. So a bar in the east can create this problem.
So does this also mean that we have a store in north, then we will have kidney issue, or all the members of our house will suffer from this, Deepika ji?
No, it is not like that. See, usually, like as I said, like a bar in the east. So it can be made, but sometimes because of our very own planetary position, it might not suit us. Otherwise, a bar in the east is okay according to the Vastu. It's okay. And then, you can put the food items in the north. That is perfectly okay. But if somebody has some kidney issues, then definitely while purchasing the house, while going for some real estate, just check it out that the north of the house should be clean, because north is again a sensitive zone, northeast is a very sensitive zone, northern side of northeast is very sensitive zone. So if anybody has the problem, then those areas should be clean. But it is not that if a north has the food items over there, or if in the north you have the storage, then definitely all the family members will have the problem. No, it again depends on the planetary position also. See, Vastu is like a road and your planets is like a car. So if you have a strong car, then you can drive it on a bumpy road, right? But if the car is weak, if the tires are weak and the road is also bumpy, then you will have more jerks in the car. You will feel more jerks in the car. So similarly, the astrology and Vastu goes. That's why it is said that astrology and Vastu goes hand in hand. So if the tires are good, if the car is new, then even if the road is bumpy, still you will drive through the road, right? And yeah, so that is how the Vastu and astrology works together. So if the in Vastu, we say that definitely a north is okay to keep the food storage. But if somebody in the family has a kidney problem, then remove. And see, Vastu, astrology, they all work on energies.
So yeah, we discussed about a lot of problems based on the kapha dosha. So Deepika ji, like for example, if a family hold is having a lot of people and they'll have different types of disease too at the same time, based on the environment or different thing. So maybe like one disease is related to kapha dosha and one disease is related to pitta dosha. So how we need to identify this, like, and how we need to follow the remedies for this, Deepika ji?
Yeah, very nice question. Definitely, somebody will have some problem related to kapha dosha, somebody will have related to the pitta dosha. So, see, first of all, take the doctor's advice for this, because if I say that according to one person, the storage is not good in north, then according to the second person, it's not good in south, according to the third person, it's not good in east. So, but storage has to be made, right? So, first of all, if it is said that storage, then don't keep the articles like broken electronics, broken machinery, broken things in the house. Whatever is dead, whatever is, of no use, then just garbage those things. Don't keep the garbage in the house. The storage does not mean that the storage of the regular items, it is like the storage of the garbage. Because, you might, yeah,
We have Ananya
yeah,
caller with us, then we can continue our answer, Deepika ji. Hello,
okay.
Ananya. Hello,
Hello.
Ananya.
Ananya.
Yeah, hi Ananya, how are you?
I'm good. I had a question for Dr. Deepika.
Sure, Ananya.
Dr. Deepika, my father had a paralysis attack last week, and we have
Okay.
been like very tense, like because he is not recovering as per the doctors.
Hmm.
So, can you suggest some remedy? Because I have seen your shows, and I think like I have seen a lot of videos, and you have helped a lot of people. So, is there something I can do for him?
Okay, Ananya, first of all, so sorry to hear about your father. And the second thing, if he is having paralysis attack, just check the northeast of the house. Do you have the kitchen or any kind of toilet in the northeast?
I have my kitchen and toilet both in the northeast.
Both in the northeast. So, for the northeast, I would suggest that for the kitchen, whenever you are not using the kitchen, the gas stove, then cover it with the green color cloth. That would be my advice for your father because he is right now suffering from the paralysis attack. And for the toilet, the northeast toilet, it should be immediately closed because the toilet in the northeast is not a good is a I would say when we have a toilet in the northeast, we say it's like a house in a coma situation on a house on ventilator. So just close the northeast toilet because when there is a toilet in the northeast, we really disbalance the good energies of the house. So just totally close the toilet which is in the northeast of the house.
Is there anything
Hello,
else I can like do for speedy recovery?
See, for the speedy recovery again, his astrological chart will matter a lot. But right now, regarding the Vastu perspective, you can do these two things. And then again, you can put one Lord Dhanvantari's pick in the northeast of the house. That will also help him a lot right now to recover quickly.
Thank you, Dr. Deepika. I will see this, and if my father recovers, I will like to meet you in person to thank you.
Sure, most welcome. And even we will pray that your father recovers very quickly.
Thank you, Ananya, for calling us. So, yes, Deepika ji, sometimes, if we take a lot of medicines and if we are consulting doctors also, sometimes, the diseases will not cure. So, it can be
Yeah.
like for different things. So, sometimes if they are like very depressed and if they, after consulting the doctors, yeah, they'll think a lot of ways. And in that, the important way is the Vastu, Deepika ji. So this is the best example. We can know like sometimes we need to make our home also like we need to balance the positive and negative energies in the home. So
Yes, we need to definitely see balance, but at the same time, just like we are balancing the house, we need to balance the body also. So, like we can be safe, we can be healthy if we eat healthy, and if we eat timely, and if we eat seasonal things only, and if we avoid, the junk food, then, eating and doing some kind of yoga, pranayam, doing a little bit of yoga or taking a small walk can definitely help the body. So besides doing all this, like house like body, right? So definitely we have to take care of the body at the same time.
obviously. And Deepika ji, like, can we continue the answer for the remedies? Like, same household is having different types of diseases, which is impacted with different doshas. Deepika ji.
Yeah, see, in that way, first of all, as I said, the storage thing. So, storage does not mean, see, every house will have the storage. So, through the storage, I actually mean that don't store the garbage. See, when I go to the houses, I see so much of stuff lying over there, so just garbage the things which you have not used from past 10 years. You won't be using it for another 10 years. Like, even if some electronics which came in 80s 90s, but the people still keep on and they are broken also, but some emotions are connected to that, and that is why they keep on putting it in their storage thing, that no, I picked up at that time, so they are of no use, they create negative energy in the house. See, whatever we eat, we also discrete that, right? It will keep on putting the things, and if we are not if we are storing the things inside the body, then definitely the body gets sick. Similarly, the house gets sick if you don't take out the things timely out of the house. So whatever is of no use, don't keep it. And then people keep lot of gods idol here and there. The murtis are there, especially the idols, and big idols, big idols. So see, the idols need their very the puja, they needs that vidhivat pujan. So that is why don't keep all these things. That creates negative energy in the house. That don't add any positivity to the house. So just remove that thing and keep the house neat and clean. That would be good.
And what are all the generic Ayurvedic remedies for Kapha dosha, Deepika ji?
See, for generic Ayurvedic remedies, then first of all, yes, definitely take the advice of a proper Ayurvedic doctor. And beside that, the general remedies is like avoid eating too much of sweets, avoid eating too much of sour food, and then avoid too much of milk. Eat more of fresh vegetables. Eat healthy. Eat salads. And in salads also take more of carrot, turnip, radish, spinach, and then ginger and garlic is very good for kapha dosha people. If you have any of these problems, and then hearing problem and headaches and cold and cough related problem, then you can take that herbal tea in the morning. That is like taking a little bit of turmeric powder and with ginger, dried ginger, in a hot water. Just boil it and take this as a first thing in the morning. So this also helps to the kapha dosha people. And then regular walk and exercise will definitely add to the positivity.
Okay. So as you explained, like what are all the remedies and also what are all the good foods we need to take for kapha dosha? Can we know like what foods we need to avoid if the person is facing the kapha dosha, Deepika ji?
See, especially the sweets. Avoid sweets, oily food, fried food, and then too much of sour food. And even the fruits which are very sour in nature, that should also be avoided. Like oranges are very sour, so if when they are sour, avoid that also. And then fats, avoid fats, and avoid having too much of milk. And at night especially avoid curd, yogurt and buttermilk. You can take curd, yogurt, everything in the afternoon when there is between the sunrise to sunset. That is okay, but avoid taking yogurt and curd in after sunset in kapha dosha.
Okay. So, Deepika ji, like I have a little bit confusion. Like, for example, if I have the multiple symptoms like cold and also the kidney disease and also the some heart problem or something else, it can be common in one person, like having different types of issues. So, how can I identify, like, what type of dosha I am related to, Deepika ji?
See, yes, definitely you can see what kind of a problem you have, and then you can relate to the dosha. And yes, a person can have all the three doshas also. That is also very common in today's time, because again, see, we are not eating healthy, we are not eating right food, we are not eating at right time. So this is the main problem. So for this, if you have all the three doshas, then you can take Triphala. Triphala is a very good herbal thing. It's a herbal medicine, and then Triphala is very good. Take it with the honey in the morning as the first thing. That helps to balance all the three doshas. So, and this is very much common. It can be like 20% of kapha dosha, 50% of vata, and then remaining pitta dosha. So it can be anything, and it can be it can vary, and any person can have all the three doshas also. That is also very common.
Okay. So can we mention like some of the characteristics of kapha dosha, Deepika ji?
See, kapha dosha is like, the disbalancing of water element. Usually the kapha dosha people, they are medium height, they have very glowing skin, and the eyes are big, eyelashes are big. So, in all the doshas also, through the appearance, you can check it out. So the kapha dosha people are very pleasant, and then very God-fearing people, very emotional people, loving, and then they do everything very, very slowly. They will eat slowly, they will walk slowly, and usually one more thing regarding the kapha dosha, you know. Huh?
Basically, good people. You're mentioning only the good people.
No, not I would not say only good people. They're emotionally also they have problems, but usually this is the appearance of the kapha dosha people, and they do everything very, very slow. See the water element. Water is like what? Water keeps on running here and there, right? And when that gets disbalanced, so they are very slow in everything. And then one more thing very special about the kapha people, if they go for a walk or if they do some gymming or exercise, so just after doing that they want to eat something.
Okay.
And then they love eating sweets. And the kapha dosha people usually have under eye circle. So under eye circle, so you see a lot of beauty products are there on under eye circle and everything, but if you eat right you can definitely avoid. So under eye circle is a problem of the kapha dosha. So if there is kapha dosha, then you usually have this under eye circle problem. So eat healthy, eat eat more of fresh fruits, and as I said, ginger and garlic is very, very good for kapha dosha people, because they are hot in temperament. And see, if you have excess of water anywhere, then that water can be like, if you put the fire to that water, then that condense, evaporate, so the fire elements get balanced. So that is why ginger and garlic is very good for the kapha dosha people. They should eat the things which are hot in nature. And right now it's winters also, so that is good. This time is really good for them to cure their body.
Okay. So apart from the diseases, Deepika ji, somebody doesn't know that they are having the kapha dosha. So is there any other thing like we can know, like we are out of balance due to this kapha dosha, Deepika ji?
Yes, see, if you feel too much of laziness, lethargicness, then it is the symptoms of kapha dosha. Then, under eye circles, as I said, frequent headaches is also again a kapha dosha thing. Then, if you feel that you are eating right, you are eating everything, but still you feel that weakness in the body, then that is also kapha dosha thing. And then kapha dosha, you feel excess of sleepiness, like you are not active throughout the day. Every time you feel that, okay, I'm feeling lazy, I'm feeling lethargic, I'm tired and I want to sleep. So this means that the kapha dosha is disbalanced in the body. And then congestion, this cold, cough, congestion, sinus, and then again you can see the swelling is also related to the kapha dosha. So if in the body there is swelling in any part, then that is also the disbalancing of the kapha dosha. Swelling is majorly caused because of the disbalancing of water element in the body.
Okay, so Deepika ji, today we discussed about really good topic like the kapha dosha, and we discussed what are all the remedies about kapha dosha, Deepika ji. So let's connect with the other good topic in the next episode, Deepika ji.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Preeti from Sakshi TV.